Did you know you'll one day be able to drive your car from New York all the way to Australia? We know this because history is going to repeat itself, and as you are watching this video, all of the continents are currently heading toward each other. We're about to examine a world where every continent fuses together, then go back millions of years to the supercontinent of the past, in order to understand how a world is going to be in the future. Which countries will merge? How will it affect the weather? Will there be devastating natural disasters? Can we survive as a species on one giant mass of land? We're going to answer these questions and more, and prepare you with all the knowledge you need for the new world that awaits. The band is getting back together. North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Oceania, Europe, even Antarctica. They are all shifting toward each other, shifting toward a collision that will create Earth's one continent. This is not a lie. It's actually happening right now, though it is worth mentioning. It is happening incredibly slowly. Each continent is moving all the time. You see, deep below the cities and towns we call home, our continents are situated on tectonic plates, and these plates are actually floating on molten rock. Right now, every continent on Earth is moving, and they are all moving toward each other. So what happens when the continents meet? Is it a catastrophe filled with earthquakes and destruction? Or do the continents slide into place and we all live happily ever after? Let's speed things up to find out. Fast forward a couple 100 million years into the future. North America merges with Western Africa. Cuba ends up nestled in between Miami and Namibia, meaning you can now see the lions from South Beach. Oh, and South Beach no longer exists, of course. In fact, many of the world's beaches are about to disappear and be replaced with thousands of miles of coastlines around our one supercontinent. Rio de Janeiro now shares a border with Antarctica, Madagascar, and South Africa. You can walk from Newfoundland into Nigeria, as the African nation now finds itself connected to Canada, along with the Ivory Coast and Ghana. Africa has shifted and pushed Europe up and out of the way. London, England, and Paris, France are no longer separated by water. The Eiffel Tower is just a short drive away from Big Ben. Italy, Libya, Tunisia, Spain, and Greece are all land neighbors. In Southeast Asia, Australia has merged with Indonesia and the Philippines. The land down under is now connected by land to China, Japan, South Korea, and Russia. Not everyone gets to join the party though, as New Zealand is one of the very few places left on the planet that is not connected to everywhere else by land. It's a fascinating new world, one where people are closer than ever before. But was this meeting a peaceful one? Not quite. The merging of the continents would cause massive damage due to the collisions of the tectonic plates. This means earthquakes, and plenty of them. But it gets worse, because the continents coming together would also result in volcanoes spewing lava into the atmosphere. The plates would collide, causing the land above to spike up and destroy the environment above as we know it. Nowhere is this more evident than in Cuba. In our new supercontinent world, Cuba now boasts not only an impressive mountain range, but the highest peak on our planet. New mountain ranges emerge all over the world thanks to the tectonic plates shifting. The welding of the world would also cause dramatic and devastating changes to our climate. Climate change is a problem we're facing right now, but with all of our countries and continents stuck together and surrounded by one single ocean, the average temperature on Earth would rise to around 82 degrees Fahrenheit. That might sound like a summer vacation, but remember, we're talking about the average temperature here. The average temperature in 2023 is only around 60 degrees. But why would the temperature shoot up so high if we were all suddenly connected by land? The first issue would be that clouds would lose their moisture before reaching the inner parts of our supercontinent. No rain would leave areas inside the coastlines turning into deserts. The heat would become unbearable, and people would not be able to survive. Our supercontinent also forms along the equator, so it's naturally going to be hot. This might all seem impossible right now, but did you know Earth actually used to be very similar to what we're describing? Around 300 million years ago, our planet was made up of one massive supercontinent known as Pangaea. How do we know this? Imagine a giant jigsaw puzzle, but imagine the pieces are continents of our world as we know it today. Now try to fit South America next to the bottom left side of Africa, or slide Australia onto the edge of Antarctica. In the 1950s, we figured out that the coastlines of the continents matched in this manner, leading us to believe that they were once all connected. This was further confirmed by the existence of similar mountain ranges in continents that are now thousands of miles apart, and with the discovery of fossils of the same species found in continents now separated by vast oceans. The world was once all connected by land, and Pangaea existed as Earth's supercontinent for around 160 million years. 175 million years ago, Pangaea broke apart. It separated into smaller continents, and this change in geography allowed life to evolve in unique ways in different locations. This is why Australia has unique animals not found anywhere else on Earth. If Pangaea had never broken apart, then we would never have given way for species like the kangaroo or the wombat to become a thing. The variety of life on our planet would be very different. We also would not have the mountain ranges that we know and love. Without the movement of the continents, there would be no Himalayas, because the shifts in the tectonic plates never made them so. The mountains of our world are also home to many special species of animals. They would never have had a chance. So what happens to wildlife when the continents merge back together? I'm afraid it's bad news. We've already covered that our futuristic supercontinent will be hot, especially inland. One major problem for many species on Earth is that they cannot survive in warm temperatures. Many animals would go extinct as a result of our continents merging. Millions of people would die too, due to the fatal heat inland, and from natural disasters brought on by the merging of the continents, like earthquakes and volcanoes. Life on Pangaea 2.0, or Pangaea Proxima as it's currently known, can't be all bad though, right? Life goes on, and it's pretty sweet for a lot of people. On Pangaea 2.0, humans have settled along the coastlines. The weather is warm but not too hot, a pleasant climate, and there is an abundance of beach towns and cities thanks to the immense amount of undisturbed coastlines. It's a surfer's paradise, and even Australia has managed to keep some of its famous coast. Travel is now a breeze. We can drive from one place to another without ever needing to catch a flight. The shipping industry has mostly died out, replaced by train lines that stretch from nation to nation, making exploring the planet easier than ever before. Even though our new world is one with borders, people speak more languages on average thanks to them living in closer proximity to different cultures. The cuisines of the world have fused into the kind of menu that dreams are made of. If Pangaea 2.0 sounds like an exciting future, you'll be pleased to know that you won't have to wait all that long. Well, let's go back to the beginning, because we aren't going to fast forward this time. Instead, we're going to have to wait around 250 million years for the new Pangaea to form. But remember, you're always moving thanks to that molten rock underneath our tectonic plates. So sit tight, as we're sure that between now and then, it's going to be a wild ride for our species and our planet. Thanks for watching! While you wait for the continents to merge together as one, why not hit like on the video and subscribe to our channel? And if you're wanting to learn more about what's going to happen to Earth in the nearer future, here's a video about the events our planet will see in the next 100 years.